Glycogen, elite pre- and post-workout carbohydrate-loaded solution for maximum endurance, pump, and glycogen transport, only from Etogen Nutrition.
I'm standing here with three-time Mr. Physique Olympia, Jeremy Buendia. Man, you fought a tough battle today, and you really earned your title.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was definitely a battle on stage today. I got pushed to the limits by the other competitors. They kept me on my toes all year long. They brought some amazing physiques to the stage this year. Definitely the best competition that the men's physique division has seen at Olympia so far, I believe. Just an amazing experience up there on stage today. I'm just very grateful and blessed to be able to come out on top again.
It's funny, Jeremy, because when they created Classic Physique last year, everyone thought men's physique was going to go kind of down the tubes in terms of talent, because a lot of guys switched over. It got better.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the sport's growing. I mean, we're able to stand on our own now. I mean, I'm completely blown away by the turnout that we had with the crowd, and every single year just continues to exponentially grow. And it's amazing to see the support that we have, and it's just amazing. I'm very happy.
You've won it for 3 years now, okay? You're on this expo stage.
Yeah.
It's got to irk you a little bit that you're not getting the recognition of being on the Orleans Arena stage where they're live streaming it to the world.
I'm not here to complain. You know, I'm very grateful for the position I'm in. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
I know you're grateful,
yeah.
but at the same time, wouldn't you like to be at least up on the stage and acknowledged up there?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice, but, you know, like I said, I'm happy. So, you know, if they decide to put us on stage next year, that'd be great. You know, I'll be up there tonight with the other winners, so.
Right. Now, you know, it's funny, but one of your competitors, third place finisher, Jeremy Potvin, he looks like he could be your brother. You guys have a very similar physique. It matches up real well. Are you more, I guess you could say, worried about a competitor like him because he matches up to you, or a taller guy, you know?
I'm not worried about Potvin at all, so. I beat him today, I beat him clearly. I'll beat him again next time I compete against him. So.
But when you go up against competitors, is it scarier for you in terms of the taller guys or the guys that like kind of match up height-wise with you?
You know, it was they definitely. I feel they were directing they're trying to put something more similar to my physiques on stage to compete to the battle. So, you know, I'm up there to compete against everybody. You know, I'm not afraid to go up against anybody, and I'll compete against anybody.
And you were at one point we saw you sweating a lot. Did your like blood sugar drop, or what was going on up there that all of a sudden the sweat came
They
out?
were working us on stage, and I guess I just didn't push all the water out that I needed to beforehand, and it came out. But that little bit of water that came out, that was it. Like I came back on stage and I wasn't sweating anymore. So I don't know. Maybe we just didn't get that last bit of water out, you know. But I don't know.
I didn't think you ever were vulnerable in terms of anyone beating you. I didn't think it was close. I thought last year you had a more dominant physique. Maybe you were a little fuller last year, but I thought you had this show pretty much tied up the whole time. I think this was more for the crowd and for the second through fifth place that they were really working these guys. Were you concerned at all during the competition?
That's your opinion on me not being fuller. I was bigger this show. I was crisper this show. My posing was where I lacked this show. I wasn't engaging my abs the correct way the first time around. When I came back out on the stage the second time for comparison, so Hany was yelling at me to keep my abs engaged, and I think that was what kept the show very close. If I would have been posing better in the very first part of the show, I think there would have been a farther gap.
To be honest with you, I don't think it was close. I think you had this show won real easy. I think the other guys were close to each other. Putting yourself aside, since you won the show, who did you like in that lineup? Which physiques?
Ryan Terry brought it today. Brandon Hendrickson looked amazing. But those are the two guys I thought looked really good. Brandon was backstage. I saw Brandon. He was hard. He was crisp. He came in on point. Ryan as well. I know Ryan's been battling health issues all year long, so mad props to him for coming on stage and doing what he did.
Will we ever see Jeremy Buendia on the Arnold Classic stage?
Probably not.
No, you're going to stick with Olympia?
Olympia. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people who are sitting in the audience watching the new Classic Physique division, and they saw obviously Sadik went over there and did it, and a lot of people said, and myself included, you got legs. A couple of the people in the crowd, they're like, he's got legs. I'm like, would you ever consider doing Classic?
Yeah, it's not out of the question, man. It's not. Right now, I'm going to enjoy my title, but you know, who knows what's going to happen 2 or 3 years down the road. I do know that I got to put on some quality mass to compete against guys like Danny Hester.
Right.
Danny Hester brought it today on stage. I'm very, very happy for him because he deserves it. That is a Classic Physique, and he's an amazing person as well to represent the sport on and off the stage, and I'm very happy for him because he brought it. And for me to compete against a guy like Danny, I'm definitely going to need a few years underneath my belt to get some muscle maturity and get some density.
Are you still training to be bigger? At this point?
To a certain degree. I got to go back and take a look at the pictures and see where my size stacked up, but I bodybuilded for a long time, so I had the bug to want to be bigger. But we have had to kind of keep things confined a little bit in my off season and not getting too big and making sure that we're dialing it down. Like I was like 195 like 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
I'm 175 on stage today.
You lost 20 pounds?
So
did you need it? I mean, or did you just do it purposely?
I didn't. I was pretty big about 3 or 4 weeks out. So Hany came down and saw me. He was like, we need to pull you down a little bit, and we did. And fortunately, it was exactly what we needed.
Worked. Yeah. Now you did express on stage a lot of respect for Hany Rambod, that he's been with you. Tell us a little bit about how important he is in your prep and in your life in general.
Yeah, it's our relationship has evolved and grown so much since he signed me. I mean, he signed some. I always say I'm some punk 21-year-old kid that had no idea what he was doing. I came in the industry, I started winning shows, and I might have got a little ahead of myself at the very beginning, and he brought me back to reality and just opened my eyes to how to succeed in the industry and how to carry myself and to represent the sport like a gentleman and to represent EVG Nutrition and the IFBB and the NPC. And that's what I want to continue to do, is be a good example for the younger athletes coming up and just encourage everybody to get on stage and to encourage everybody to get on stage in the NPC and IFBB.
Congratulations on the big win, and enjoy it for the rest of the weekend. And I guess let me ask you this question, because a lot of people want to. Did you see the men's open last night?
I didn't get a chance to watch. I saw pictures.
Okay. Who'd you like?
Phil's dominant, man. And I'm not saying that because of Hany, but
no, I know.
Phil's dominant. Sean always brings. Sean's waistline was tight as hell last night. Really looked absolutely insane, like freaky insane. And then it's cool to see Ramy brought down and coming into condition.
Whose physique do you like the most? Like if you had to pick a physique and say, oh, I want to be like that guy.
I'm a big fan of Phil, man. His roundness and his three-dimensional shape that's what FSC7 is. We want to have three-dimensional shape. When we turn to the side, it's that wow factor. So Phil always has that wow factor on stage. But aside from him, Sean Roden has probably got one of the most aesthetic bodybuilding physiques on the stage in the world right now. And I got nothing but mad respect for Sean. The only thing is that there's just a little bit of that mass that he can't hang with Phil in the legs and maybe from the backside. But other than that, as far as shape, Sean Roden's probably one of my favorite shapes on the stage.
Congratulations again.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.